Hello guys, my name is BissCute and welcome back to my channel, or if you're here for the very first time, hi, welcome in. I'm so happy to have you here. Today we are reacting to A Few Good Men. This movie request is coming off my Patreon. They decided they wanted this one. I think it was like kind of competition with The Princess Bride, so let me know in the comment section if you would have preferred The Princess Bride over this. I would love to know your opinion as well, of course. If you like the reaction, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you want to see the full-length reaction and have a saying into the future pools and everything, my Patreon is linked in the description below. As well, I am a Twitch streamer, so it will be my pleasure to have you there as well. I stream 5 times a week, pretty nice community, very open-minded. We have a lot of good talks. And yeah, it's a good time, so join us there as well. I feel like that's enough for an intro. 1 minute should be more than enough. Let's go, let's react it. Naval base. I wonder if this is as well like a war movie. Wakey wakey! Well, there you have it. We're kidnapping people now. Rob Reiner. I don't think I've reacted to anything from Rob Reiner before. Tom Cruise! Nice. Demi Moore? I know her as well. Or I know Mandy Moore. There is a very a Walk to Remember, it's called. It's one of my favorite movies, and there is a Moore inside, but I don't know if this is the one. Look at the precision. This is like Parade. It's kind of satisfying to watch, right? It's like visual ASMR.
Captain, I'd like to request that I be returned.
Judge Ad. Okay, she's a lawyer. She's a lawyer. She's a military lawyer.
Galloway, I'm here to see Captain West.
Oh, go right in, Commander. They're expecting you.
Joe, come on in.
Thank you, sir.
Joe.
Okay.
Would you like to sit down? Okay. Sit.
Yes, sir. This past Friday, the NIS agent who took Dawson and Downey's statements, I was thinking it sounded an awful lot like a code red. Someone who possesses not only the legal skill, but a familiarity with the inner workings of the military. In short, Captain, I'd like to suggest that I be the one who
Come on.
who is assigned to represent them myself.
She's going for it.
Why don't you get yourself a cup of coffee?
Thank you, sir. I'm fine.
No.
Maybe I'd like you to leave the room so we can talk about you behind your back.
Yeah.
Certainly, sir.
Well, he was trying to say it in a nice way, right?
All right, what about this, Commander Galloway?
Well, when it comes to trial work, I think...
I know. All passion, no street smarts. Bring her back in.
This guy is quite straightforward. I don't really mind it.
Commander, we're going to have the defendants moved up here in the morning.
Thank you, sir.
And I'll have division assign them counsel.
Take a seat.
Sir, I think there might be more involved than that.
Don't worry about it. I promise you, division will assign the right man for the job.
All right, let's go. Let's get to.
Tom Cruise.
You gotta trust me, Sherby. You keep your eyes open, your chances of catching the ball increase by a factor of 10.
Caffey.
Dave, you seem distraught.
Now, we either get it done, and I mean now, or no kidding, Caffey. I'm gonna hang your boy from a fucking yard arm.
Yard arm?
Coffee, I love his name in this movie.
Arms? I don't think so.
Means coffee.
Dave sure doesn't think the Navy hangs people from yard arms anymore.
But, Caffey, I got people to answer to just like you do. I'm gonna charge him.
And you're gonna spend the next 3 months going blind on paperwork because a signalman second class bought and smoked a dime bag of oregano.
B misdemeanor, 20 days in the brig.
C misdemeanor, 15 days restricted duty.
I don't know why I'm agreeing to this.
Because you don't want to do the work after that. Because you know he will get you all of that paperwork, he promised you.
Thank you, sir.
This first one's for you.
Requested to do what?
Work.
Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. PFC William Santiago threatens to rat
Bring
on
a white
Dawson
pill.
Naval Investigative Service. And an hour later, Santiago's dead. They're being flown up here tomorrow, and on Wednesday at 0600, you'll catch a transport down to Cuba for the day to find out what you can. Meantime, go and see Lieutenant Commander Joanne Galloway,
Joe, the girl.
with Internal Affairs. Any questions?
The flight to Cuba, was that 0600 in the morning?
6 a.m., yes.
Doing various administrative...
In other words, I have no responsibilities here whatsoever.
Right.
He's just gonna hold his coffee.
Right.
Daniel Caffey, I was told to meet with
Very professional.
Lieutenant Commander Galloway. Got a briefing?
I'll call you back.
She's like, they're replacing me with this.
You're the attorney division assigned?
Yeah.
I'm lead counsel to Sam Weinberg.
I have no responsibilities here whatsoever.
Please, have a seat. Lieutenant, how long have you been in the Navy? And how long have you been out of law school?
A little over a year.
I see.
Commander, Lieutenant Caffey is generally considered the best litigator in our office.
One more, I get a set of steak knives.
She had like what,
Have you ever been in a
3
courtroom?
I once had my driver's license suspended.
in 2 years?
From what I understand, if this thing goes to court, they won't need a lawyer. They'll need a priest.
No, they'll need a lawyer. She hasn't been contacted yet. Would you like me to take care of that? One of the people we'll be seeing down there is the barracks CO, Colonel Nathan Jessup. I assume you've heard of him. He wanted to be transferred off the base. No one was listening. Are you with me?
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
Is that all?
Lieutenant, this letter makes it look like your client had a motive to kill Santiago. Colonel Jessup,
12 years.
you haven't talked to a witness or looked at a piece of paper. I'm special counsel for internal affairs, so my jurisdiction's pretty much in your face.
Put your feet down.
Expect a report when you return from Cuba.
Put your feet down, girl.
You're dismissed.
I always forget that part.
I don't know, they always give him all of these rebel kind
Team
of
is
roles.
playing Bethesda Medical next week.
I'm writing to inform you of my problems with my unit here in Cuba. I've fallen back about 20 or 30 yards, going down a rocky, unstable hill. My sergeant grabbed me and pushed me down the hill. Then I saw all black, and the last thing I remember is hitting the deck. I ask you to help me. Sincerely, PFC William T. Santiago. I'm willing to provide you with information about
illegal fence line shooting that occurred the night of August the 2nd. Who the fuck is PFC?
The guy who died.
Private Santiago's a member of 2nd Platoon Bravo, sir.
And now he's telling tales about a fence line shooting.
I'm appalled, sir.
You're appalled.
Definitely something went down there.
Colonel, I think perhaps it would be better to hold this discussion in private.
That won't be necessary, Colonel. I can handle this situation, sir.
The same way.
Bullings.
I'm still your superior officer.
And I'm yours, Matthew.
Wow, who has the bigger
I want
pee-pee?
to know what we're going to do about this. Transfer Santiago. Yes. Sure, you're right. I'm sure that's the thing to do.
Just transfer him. He's definitely unhappy, plus he's suffering.
Wait, I've got a better idea.
What's the problem?
Let's transfer the whole Windward Division off the base.
Or maybe make the base better?
Yes, sir. Wait a minute, Tom. Maybe, and I'm just spitballing here, are trained professionals.
But if maybe he has a medical issue, no?
That somewhere once. And now I'm thinking, Colonel Markinson, might not be in a manner of speaking the American way. Santiago stays where he is. We're gonna train the lad.
I hope his death
You're in charge.
doesn't let him sleep at night.
And I'm going to blame you. Then I'm going to kill you.
Yes, sir. I think that's a mistake, Colonel.
Yeah.
I'd be delighted to hear any suggestions that you might have, sir.
Dismissed.
Yes, sir.
I don't know, he just gives me the bully type of
Down, please.
commander, the one that kind of gets pleasure of power
What do you
tripping.
think of Kendrick? We're in the business of saving lives, Matthew. Puts lives in danger. Sit down, Matthew.
This guy is tiring. I understand one of his points of view, but
We go back a while. I don't give a shit.
told you guys, power tripping.
Lives, Lieutenant Colonel Markinson. Don't ever question my orders in front of another officer.
With that, I agree. I think chain of command in general should be respected, and you should show respect because that person did what they did to be in that position. But in the same time, bullying other people just because you are in chain of command is a reason that you shouldn't be there, in my opinion.
Yes, sir.
These are the two guys that the kid wanted to kidnap him, yes?
I wanted to talk to you about Corporal Dawson and Private Downey.
Say again?
Dawson and Downey?
The Cuba thing, yeah, so Dawson and Downey, right.
Lieutenant, would you be very insulted if I recommended to your supervisor that he assign different counsel?
Ordinarily, it takes someone hours to discover I'm not fit to handle a defense. Oh, come on. That was damn funny.
It's not funny to someone that takes their job very seriously. It's a little bit annoying.
I do know you. You went to Harvard Law, then you joined the Navy. But it's my feeling that if this case is handled in the same fast food, slick-ass, Persian bazaar manner, absolutely necessary because their attorney had predetermined the path of least resistance.
I'm sexually aroused, Commander.
I don't think your client's murdered anyone.
Brought on by acute lactic acidosis, and that the nature of the acidosis strongly suggests poisoning.
2 hours later, he said it was poison.
I think I can handle things myself.
You know what a code red is?
He probably does.
What a pity.
He must know, right? I don't know what the code red is though.
Morning.
But hopefully I'll figure it out.
Someone has been working and playing well with others, Harold.
Sir! Yes, sir! Sir, PFC, Loudon Downey, sir!
I'm Daniel Caffey. This is Sam Weinberg. Sit down.
Yes, sir!
You don't have to call me sir. Is this your signature?
Sir, yes, sir!
Certainly don't need to do it twice in one sentence. It's code red.
Sir, Marine falls out of line. It's up to the men in his unit to get him back on track.
Garden variety, typical. What's basic code red?
Scrub brushes, Brillo pads, steel wool.
Beautiful.
Was the attack on Santiago code red?
Yes, sir.
Now the thing is getting interesting.
Sir, PFC Downey will answer any direct questions you ask him.
Swell. When all of a sudden...
He died.
We saw blood dripping down his mouth, and that's when Lance Corporal Dawson called the ambulance.
Did anyone see you call the ambulance?
Lance Corporal, on the night of August 2nd, did you fire a shot across the fence line into Cuba? For every American sentry post, there's a Cuban counterpart. They're called mirrors.
Santiago's letter to the NIS said you fired illegally.
I mean, if he fired first,
The guy, the mirror, he never made a move.
and he probably didn't.
If he had a problem, he should have spoken to me, sir. Then a sergeant, then company commander.
Oh, right. Power tripping again.
Train him to think of his unit before himself, to respect the code.
What's the code?
Unit, Corps, God, Country. Unit, Corps, God, Country. Sir.
They are like the girl said, fanatics? Marine fanatics? I think this is how she expressed herself, something similar to this.
That's our code, sir.
So they definitely got the
We'll be back.
I mean, look, it makes sense.
Papers, cigarettes, ham sandwich.
Sir! No, thank you, sir.
Harold, I think there's a concept you better start warming up to.
Sir?
I'm the only friend you've got.
Look, if this is their code, just go to their superior, because the order probably came from their superior. And who was instructed to take care of his training, William's training? That guy that was in the room.
The big time.
You think so? Come out of here, Janelle.
Bye.
See you when I get back from Cuba.
Say hi to Castro for me.
Will do. I want 12.
Can't do it.
They called the ambulance, Jack.
Look, I don't care if they called the Avon lady. They killed a Marine.
Hey, Vaughn.
What do you know about code reds?
Oh, we off the record. Told them not to touch Santiago.
And they did anyway, so...
Come on in.
We have a deal?
I'll talk to you when I get back. Commander?
You can call me Joanne.
Joanne.
Joe.
Joe, if you ever speak to a client of mine again without my permission, I have you disbarred. Friends?
I had authorization.
You got authorization from Aunt Jenny?
Very nice woman. We spoke for about an hour.
We can hold the trial there. I can sew the costumes. Maybe his Uncle Goober can be the judge.
I'm going to Cuba with you tomorrow.
She's very passionate as well. This is me having fun.
At least I got my hair.
You got everything. Your daughter made a sound, Sam. I'm not sure it was a word.
Come on now. It was definitely a word.
Look at her, how cute she is.
You heard her. The girl sat here, pointed, and said Pa. She did. She said Pa. That's right. Pointing as if to say, Pa, look.
Yeah, she did a full sentence.
And I think they ought to go to jail for the rest of their lives.
I think that they shouldn't go to jail. I think that their commander
See you
should go
tomorrow.
to jail.
I get sick when I fly because I'm afraid of crashing into a large mountain. I don't think Dramamine will help.
Get some oregano. I hear that works pretty good.
I never mentioned Kendrick. I don't even know who he is. Nah, what the hell. I'll see you tomorrow.
Come on. I would like to go to Cuba. I think it will be a nice destination. I know that a lot of cigars are coming from Cuba. And apparently they are the best ones. No, I don't smoke, but you know.
Just think it might be someone they want to take a shot at.
Good call, Sam.
To get to the other side of the bay.
Nobody said anything about a boat.
Is there a problem, sir?
No?
So you're afraid of flying and
Crazy about boats, that's all.
And boats?
Jesus Christ, Cappy, you're in the Navy for crying out loud.
Nobody likes her very much.
Yes, sir.
I like her. What do you mean nobody likes her? I like her. I think she's great. A little bit stiff, but 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
Come on in. Sir? This is my XO, Colonel Markinson, and platoon leader, Lieutenant Kent.
This is the guy that's the fault.
I had the pleasure of meeting your father once. I was a teenager. He spoke at my high school.
Folks down there said a little black girl couldn't go to an all-white school. How the hell is your dad, Danny?
He passed away 7 years ago, sir. Not much, sir.
After that, we can all hook up for lunch. How does that sound?
Fine, sir.
Thank you. Good.
I don't even know how many degrees it must be, but just imagine that. The pack, the feet, the run.
I did. What you guys talk about? Seek retribution. Private Santiago was not to be harmed in any way.
What time is that meeting?
1600.
4 o'clock.
He doesn't know the 24-hour clock. Ta-ta-ta. Ta-ta-ta. I don't think the poisoning was intentional, but I think that guy had something to do with it.
Sam, we should make sure somebody gets this to his parents. We don't need it anymore. Lieutenant Kendrick, may I call you John?
No, you may not.
Have I done something to offend you?
No, I like all you Navy boys. Every time we gotta go someplace to fight, you fellas always give us a ride.
Lieutenant Kendrick, do you think Santiago was murdered?
He is dead because he had no honor, and God was watching.
Yes, because God wants people to die.
How do you feel about that theory?
Sounds good. Let's move on. Colonel, I do have to ask you a couple of questions about September 6th.
Shoot.
Santiago is going to reveal the person's name in exchange for a transfer.
Yes.
Any details that I'm missing, you should feel free to speak up.
Thank you.
They're not giving anything away.
Point, you called Lieutenant Colonel Markinson and Lieutenant Kendrick into your office. Is that right?
Yes.
Santiago was set to be transferred.
On the first available flight to the States. 0600 the next morning. 5 hours too late, as it turned out.
Thanks very much for your time.
Corporal's waiting outside with a jeep for you. He'll take you back to the flat.
This guy,
Wait a minute.
I hope you have diarrhea for the rest of your life.
Colonel, on the morning that Santiago died, did you meet with Dr. Stone between 3 and 5?
One of my men was dead.
See? The man was dead. Let's go.
I was just wondering if you've ever heard the term Code Red.
Faced the working end of a Soviet-made Cuban AK-47 assault rifle.
That's a Kalashnikov.
We're out of here. Thank you.
My point is that I think Code Reds still go on down here. Do Code Reds still happen on this base, Colonel?
Joe, the Colonel doesn't need...
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does.
No, he really doesn't.
No,
Yeah,
yes, he
he
does.
really
And
does.
shut up, sit. Answer. I hate him.
You know, it just hit me. She outranks you, Danny. I want to tell you something, and listen up, because I really mean this. You're the luckiest man in the world. There is nothing on this earth sexier, believe me, gentlemen.
Answer the question.
If you haven't gotten a blowjob from a superior officer, well, you're just letting the best in life pass you by.
Answer the question.
Take caution in your tone, Commander. I'm a fair guy, but this fucking heat is making me absolutely crazy. I run my unit how I run my unit. I eat breakfast 300 yards from 4,000 Cubans who are trained to kill me, so don't think for 1 second that you can come down here, flash a badge, and make me nervous.
He's an intimidating asshole. But I think you need one of these to actually do what's necessary.
What's that?
Yeah, what you heard.
Santiago's transferred. You guys have paperwork on that kind of thing. I just need it for the file.
For the file.
Yeah.
You can have all the transfer orders that you want.
Yeah, because he's just gonna make them.
But you have to ask me nicely.
Power tripping.
I beg your pardon?
You have to ask me nicely. Is for you to stand there in that faggoty white uniform and with your Harvard mouth extend me some fucking courtesy. You gotta ask me nicely.
I would tell you some things. I would.
Colonel Jessup, if it's not too much trouble, I'd like a copy of the transfer order. Sir.
If he's not retaliating
No problem.
against him, and he's not putting him in the ground for this disrespect, it just, these kind of people makes me wanna jump out of my skin, punch him in the face, and come back. I actually needed to put my coffee aside because my tension is just rising watching this.
Who is it?
It's It's me.
If he just stays and takes it, I don't know. I don't know.
This afternoon, sometime after we left.
This is the guy with the glasses, yeah?
So I suggested that she might feel more comfortable if I were directly involved with the case.
I suppose it's way too much to hope that you're making this up just to bother me.
She took one of his clients.
I think Kendrick ordered the code red, and so do you.
Yep.
You heard what I said. Did Lieutenant Kendrick order you guys to give Santiago a code red?
Yes. Yes, sir,
sir.
yes. Of course. I already knew that.
Yes, sir.
You mind telling me why the hell you never mentioned this before?
They kind of did.
Sir. Yes, sir. I know you do, sir.
Fuck you, Harold! All right. Lieutenant Kendrick says that he gave strict instructions that nothing was to happen to Santiago. Now, is this true?
No.
Then he dismissed the platoon and we all went to our rooms.
Okay.
And what happened then?
About 16:20.
And what happened then?
They asked him to do code red.
They were given an order.
I definitely watched another movie with him, and I'm trying really hard to remember.
She's very pleased to meet you.
Maybe Green Mile?
How long have you known about the order?
Jack did know about the order, because if he did, he hadn't told
He did know.
the code of ethics. As it is, Jack's got enough to worry about. God forbid our client's side to plead not guilty. You don't think I could subpoena Markinson?
You can try, but you won't find him.
You know what Markinson did for the first 17 of his 26 years in the Corps? Counterintelligence. Markinson's gone.
No deal. We're going to court.
Joe.
No, you're not.
Why not?
Because you'll lose.
What he knows, they could be home in 6 months.
Oh, that's a quite good deal, though.
I'll see you tomorrow morning at the arraignment.
That's quite a good deal, because you're going right now against the whole freaking military.
The government's offering involuntary manslaughter 2 years. Be home in 6 months.
It's not bad, but it's not...
You're the greatest lawyer in the world.
It's not
how can we ever
fair.
Thank you. Fellas, you hear what I just said? You're going home in 6 months.
Yeah, but what about the reputation?
We did our job, and if that has consequences, then I'll accept them. And I won't say that I'm guilty, sir.
Good. Good.
You zippity doo dah. You and your code plead not guilty. You'll be in jail for the rest of your life. Do what I'm telling you to do.
Some people have honor, you know?
Do it, Harold. 6 months. It's nothing. It's a hockey season.
Yeah, but it's more about...
Permission to
Speak! Jesus!
It's about your integrity.
After 6 months, we'll be dishonorably discharged, right, sir? What do we do then, sir?
You go home?
You're asking us to say we're not Marines. My unit or the Corps, so I can go home in 6 months, sir.
He's bad. I would be too. And I understand him. Totally understand him. It's about honor. It's about what you believe in.
Talk to Lance Corporal Dawson alone for a minute. Please? You don't like me very much, do you?
No.
Forget it. Don't answer.
I can tell you. Look, let's just use this code against Kendrick. And that's it. It's quite easy. It's not that difficult. Oh, he's gonna play the friend card.
Do you think we were right?
Doesn't matter.
Do you think we were right?
I think you'd lose.
You're such a coward. I can't believe they let you wear a uniform.
Oof! Woo! You want some cream?
I don't give a shit.
Oh, but you do. But you do.
What happened to saluting an officer when he leaves the room?
He doesn't recognize you as an officer anymore. I understand, Harold.
I don't believe it.
One thing, though. When you ask the judge for new counsel, Danny, be sure and ask nicely.
These guys aren't the Nazis.
Don't look now, Danny, but you're making an argument.
Yeah.
You have what to use to protect them.
Were Daddy's expectations really that high?
Oof.
Their fate was sealed the moment Santiago died.
Do you believe they have a case?
You and Dawson, you both live in the same dream world.
I believe they have a case.
So please, don't tell me what I know and don't know. I know the law.
You have a case.
You know nothing about the law. You're an ambulance chaser with a rank. You're nothing. Live with that.
Okay, maybe now he will wanna prove that he's something. When people play with injustice, it just makes me burn from the inside. I hate that. Makes me mad.
All rise.
And conduct unbecoming a United States Marine.
Does defense wish to enter a plea?
Non-guilty.
They're not guilty.
Good. Let's
Enter a
go.
plea of not guilty for the accused today, at which time this general court-martial will reconvene.
Everyone dressed nicely and presented himself for a 1 minute hearing? Okay.
Why does a lieutenant junior grade with 9 months experience and a track record for plea bargaining get assigned a murder case?
Because they wanted you to plea.
Would it be so that it never sees the inside of a courtroom?
The only thing I have to eat is Yoo-hoo and Cocoa Puffs, so if you want anything else, bring it with you. Okay?
Yeah.
Alright.
So this is what a courtroom looks like.
Yep, it made sense that they asked him to be the lawyer for this, because he never went to court. He just accepted all of the plea deals he got.
She said I could be Markinson and you wouldn't know it.
Are you Markinson? I'm not Markinson.
I'm Markinson.
That's 2 down.
I'm just wondering now that Joanne's on this.
You think Dawson and Downey knew it was an illegal order? Place where you have to wear camouflage or you might get shot.
That makes a point. If you're not following order, you might die, so... Plus...
I need you.
People might be just turning on you, right?
And you know how to prepare a witness.
I've got medical reports and Chinese food. I say we eat first.
Chinese? I would smash some Chinese food too.
You got any Kung Pao chicken? What about motive?
We're a little weak on motive. They had one. Joe talked to doctors, find out everything there is to know about lactic acidosis.
Captain Hill.
Sam, I want you
This
to
is
find out
Lieutenant
who else
Commander
was...
What if he was diabetic, for example?
Down to Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Andrew Markinson.
Doctor,
US
was there
Navy.
any sign of...
There are some certain...
Scrapes?
No. No cuts? No.
Like, for example, if you're diabetic...
Was there any sign of violence?
You mean other than the dead body?
Oh, I just want to say this medical thingy, but I can't because there's so much dialogue
ordered
happening.
me and Lance Corporal Dawson to...
For a while, but in the end, it sounds like he's searching for the truth.
My father always said a jury trial is not just about the law, it's about assigning blame. Santiago's dead, and he shouldn't be.
Yeah, of course not.
This is about a sales pitch. It's not going to be won by the law, it's going to be won by the lawyers. So remember, poker faces. Don't wear that perfume in court. Wrecks my concentration.
Really?
I was talking to Sam.
Time is it?
It's time to go home. Try to get some sleep tonight.
So, if you're diabetic, you can you produce something similar to like
Good man, Charlie.
alcohol. So when we did our flight attendant medicals, they were one of the symptoms we looked for as
I know what
well.
you're gonna say.
Like slurred speech or someone that seems to be drunk.
Of course, I'm happy about that. But we don't have to make a whole big deal out of it. You like me, I won't make you say it.
I was just going to tell you to wear matching socks tomorrow.
Good tip.
We're ready.
Better believe it.
So yeah, maybe he was diabetic. I don't know. That would be my best guess on him. And maybe I don't know. We'll see. If you're say we're gonna get creamed in 2023, it's such a bad line. We got this. We got this.
You are gonna save our son, aren't you?
This is Harold's parents.
Danny, I'd like you to meet Jenny Miller, Loudon's aunt.
Your Aunt Jenny?
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry, I was expecting someone older.
So was I.
Last chance, I'll flip you for it.
All rise.
Too late.
Alright, let's see how that goes.
Is the government prepared to make an opening statement?
They woke him up, tied his arms and legs with tape, and forced a rag into his throat. These are the facts of the case, and they are undisputed. It's the exact same story you're going to hear from Lance Corporal Dawson, and it's the exact same story you're going to hear from Private Downey, and entered Santiago's room with motive and intent to kill. It's going to astonish you with stories of rituals and dazzle you with official-sounding terms like Code Red.
He's trying to diminish
Few officers
his importance of the words
have
he's
no
gonna say
evidence,
and
mind
shit
you, none.
and stuff. Sorry.
But it's going to be entertaining. And Dawson and Downey, these are the facts of the case, and they are undisputed.
There was no poison on the rag, and there was no intent.
You have to stand. Come on.
It wasn't to kill or harm. And it wasn't because they were looking for kicks on a Friday night. It's because it was what they were ordered to do. Now, out in the real world, that means nothing. And here at the Washington Navy Yard, when you're given an order, you follow it or you pack your bags.
That's true.
Because they did their job.
Got goosebumps.
Please, the court. The government calls Mr. R.C. McGuire.
I like law and no justice and
Squire, would you raise your right hand, please?
this kind of
Do you
movies.
solemnly swear that the testimony you will give this general court-martial will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Was that Marine identified in the letter?
I notified the barracks CO, Colonel Jessup, that I would be coming down to investigate.
Mr. McGuire, have you questioned Lance Corporal Dawson about the fence line shooting?
There was enough evidence to support such a charge.
Alright, so maybe that never happened. I mean, not that he didn't shot.
And now we'll never know. Will we, Mr. McGuire?
No.
No more questions.
Witnesses excused.
What if we have questions for him?
Rifle Security Company, Windward, Second Platoon, Bravo.
Would you tell the court the substance of that meeting? Did that make you mad? You can tell the truth, Corporal. It's all right. Did it make you mad?
Yes, sir.
How mad?
Private Santiago betrayed a code we believe in very deeply, sir.
Again, this
Were the other
code.
members of the squad angry?
Object. Speculation.
Yeah.
Were Dawson and Downey? Corporal,
Yep.
did Lieutenant Kendrick leave a standing order at that meeting?
Yes, sir.
What was it?
Sir, he said Santiago wasn't to be touched.
Corporal Hammaker, you in Dawson and Downey's barracks room 5 minutes after this meeting.
The witnesses excused.
He wants to see a timeline?
That all 22 witnesses will testify substantially as Corporal Hammaker did, if the government is willing to concede that none of them were in Dawson and Downey's room at 1620 on September 6th.
Captain?
Yep.
Then we will adjourn for the day. You can call your next witness tomorrow morning.
All rise.
How long this one session like holds in general? I mean, I know this is a movie and everything, but I feel like, I don't know, it goes kind of fast.
And at 5 o'clock he says it was poison?
Yeah.
The doctor's not telling the truth.
Oh, that's a relief. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to use a liar, liar pants on. Let's go over what we have, okay?
I use all the time liar, liar, pants on fire. He used it too. Liar, liar, pants on fire.
If the muscles and other cells of the body burn sugar instead of oxygen, lactic acid is produced.
Diabetes.
20 to 30 minutes.
And what caused this process to be sped up in Santiago's muscle?
Not a criminologist, and the medical facts here are ultimately inconclusive.
Point I'm confident you'll illustrate to the court members under cross-examination, so I'm sure you won't mind if his opinion is admitted now.
Did Willie Santiago die of poisoning? Now, you're aware that the lab report and the coroner's report show no traces of poison.
The nature of the acidosis is the compelling factor in this issue.
Thank you, sir.
Did we not pull any of Williams'
Possible for a person
medical
to have an affliction,
records?
some sort of condition might also speed up the process of acidosis. Commander, is it possible?
Of course.
It's possible.
What might some of those conditions mean? That my cells would continue burning sugar after the rag was taken out?
Yep.
Physician during a routine medical exam?
Of course.
Possibly. There would still be symptoms, though.
What kind of symptoms?
Like
There are hundreds of...
Chest pains?
Yes.
like
Shortness
fainting.
of breath? Fatigue?
Of course.
I'm telling you guys, I should have been a lawyer.
Would you read your handwritten remarks at the bottom of the page, please, sir?
Restricted from running distances over 5 miles for 1 week.
Because he fainted, the heat.
Commander, isn't it possible that
Stroke.
Santiago had a serious coronary condition? It was that condition and not some mysterious poison that caused the accelerated chemical reaction.
No.
Why not?
Is that possible?
Private Santiago was given a clean bill of health.
You'd have a lot to answer for, wouldn't you, Doctor?
Object. Move to strike.
Sustained.
I have no more questions, Your Honor.
Well, I hope you're conscious.
5,426 people.
Yeah, but he's
In your
human.
professional medical opinion,
We further ask the court to instruct the court members to lend no weight to this witness's testimony.
Your objection is noted. The witness is an expert, and the court will hear his opinion.
was Willie Santiago poisoned?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. I have no more questions.
Commander, you may step down.
Can we not get like another doctor?
Please the court, while we reserve the right to call rebuttal witnesses if the need arises.
We'll stand in recess until 1000, Monday the 19th, at which time the defense will call its first witness.
And the uniform looks so good. My flight attendant uniform never looked this nice.
Strenuously object.
I got it on the record.
Yeah, you also got the court members thinking we're afraid of the doctor and trial law.
Sam.
Christ, you even had the judge saying Stone was an expert.
Sam, she made a mistake. Let's not relive it.
I'm gonna go call my wife.
Why do you hate them so much?
All right, the rest of this is just smoke-filled coffee house crap. They tortured and tormented a weaker kid.
Bully.
They didn't like him, so they killed him. And why? Because he couldn't run very fast.
Take the night off. Go see your wife. See your daughter, Joe. Go do
Whatever you're doing.
whatever it is you do when you're not here. What day is tomorrow?
Saturday. Why do you like them so much?
Because they stand on a wall. And they say nothing's gonna hurt you tonight. Not on my watch.
Because they protect them.
Don't worry about the doctor. His trial starts Monday.
I mean, I understand what she wanted to do in a way, but the fact that she got the judge to even say that he's a professional, the doctor is a professional and such, it's not sounding very well. But I'm telling you, to fix this, we just have to prove that William had the disease.
Oh, no, I was just watching the ball game. Come on.
And here is where the romance starts.
I was wondering how you'd feel about my taking you to dinner tonight.
Are you asking me out on a date?
No.
Well, what was the prosecutor offering?
15 days.
Took the shit out of him.
Yeah, well, after that, they moved me to internal affairs. Where I have earned 2 meritorious service medals and 2 letters of commendation.
Why are you always giving me your resume?
I would love to eat some seafood right now as well. All of this food in the movies make me so hungry.
I do.
No, you don't. I think you're an exceptional lawyer.
Aww.
I see you convincing them, and I think Dawson and Downey are going to end up owing their lives to you.
Oh, that was great. No pressure.
I mean, let's pretend for a minute that it would actually matter to this court that the guys were given an order. Joe, we're gonna lose. And we're gonna lose huge.
They could have gotten 6 months, but...
Corporal Barnes, name some reasons why a Marine would receive a code red.
We were doing 7-man assault drills, and my weapon slipped. It was just because it was over 100 degrees, and my palms were sweaty, and I'd forgotten to use the resin like we were taught. Took turns punching me in the arm for 5 minutes, and then they poured glue on my hands. And it worked, too, because I ain't never dropped my weapon since.
Did he ever fall back on a run?
All the time, sir.
Did he ever, prior to the night of September 6th, receive a code red? Why didn't Santiago, this burden to his unit, ever get one?
They were too afraid of Dawson, sir. Object. The witness is speculating.
Why was it? No, he was there.
Because Dawson would kick my butt, sir.
Would you turn to the chapter that deals with code reds, please? Just flip to the page in the book that discusses code reds.
That you shouldn't be doing them.
I mean, just down to Gitmo. I don't know if
Oh,
it's
we're luck
actually-
then. Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. Now, I assume we'll find the term code red and its definition in that book. Am I correct? No manual or pamphlet, no set of orders or regulations.
Yes, there is.
Marine, one of my duties is to perform code reds.
They said that they're not allowed to do them anymore.
No
But
further questions?
there was a thing.
Well, Lieutenant Caffey, that's not in the book, sir.
You mean to say in all your time at Gitmo, you've never had a meal? How did you know where the mess hall was if it's not in this book?
Well, I
Yeah,
guess I
they
just
told them.
followed the crowd at chow time, sir.
No more questions.
Not everything that's in the book, it's happening. That's, you know, power of word of mouth.
7 tonight, we'll do a final Kendrick review.
The sheep movement. I want to slam dunk. I would say that that was quite a win. Holy shit, someone is behind you. Hello? Check your mirror. Oh, it's a mama.
Oh, Jesus Christ! You scared the shit out of me.
Just keep driving.
Mom.
What do you know?
I know everything.
Was it a code red?
Yes.
He was never going to be transferred off that base.
He knows that. He knows that.
Jessup was going to keep him on the base. He said he wanted him trained.
You've got the transfer order. It's got your signature.
I know. I signed him the morning you arrived in Cuba, 5 days after Santiago died. I don't want a deal, and I don't want immunity.
He wanna see Jasper down.
But I'm proud neither of what I have done, nor of what I am doing.
It's called a conscious right now. What's your...
Where is he?
The downtown lodge in Northeast.
I want him guarded. You're a witness?
Oh, yeah, anyway, he also said that Jessup's lying about the transfer.
Sam, when a flight takes off, there's got to be some kind of record kept, right?
Yeah, you need the tower chief's log from Gitmo.
Get it.
And you need the flight plan.
So we don't know who Markinson is. We don't know what the logbook's gonna say.
And stuff like that. I'm gonna slam thank you.
Nice work today. Redirect on Barnes.
I have Markinson. Motel room in Northeast with 6 federal marshals outside his door. Take a sip of your drink. In the meantime, I'm gonna put the Apostle John Kendrick on the stand, see if we can't have a little fun.
And that's something that's going to be stapled to every job application you ever fill.
Mm-hmm.
Markinson's not going to hold up, Danny. He's a crazy man. I'm your friend, and I'm telling you, I don't think your clients belong in jail, but I don't get to make that decision.
I like that they're still friends. And the thing is that they have to tell each other.
Consequences involved in accusing a Marine officer of a felony without proper evidence.
They have to say who's gonna... Like, they cannot surprise each other with witnesses.
You got bullied into that courtroom, Danny. By Galloway? Shit, I practically dared you. You got bullied into that courtroom by the memory of a dead lawyer.
By his dad. Why is everyone playing the dead card on him?
You're a lousy fucking softball player, Jack!
You boys are going down, Danny. I can't stop it anymore.
Lieutenant Kendrick, in your opinion, was Private Santiago a good Marine?
I'd say he was about average.
Santiago, on all 3 reports, you indicated a rating of below average.
Yes, Private Santiago was below average.
He just changed his statement.
Trample on a man's grave.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you're such a kind person.
Unpleasant as it may be, we'd all just soon hear the truth.
I'm aware of my oath.
Yeah, then respect it.
It's this last report that I'd like to discuss for a moment.
That would be fine.
Records indicate that over half that class has since been promoted to full corporal, while Dawson has remained a lance corporal.
I have many men in my charge, Lieutenant. I write many reports.
Involving a PFC Curtis Bell who'd been found stealing liquor from the officers' club?
Yes, I do.
Did you report Private Bell to the proper authorities?
The only proper authorities I am aware of are my commanding officer, Colonel Nathan R. Jessup, and the Lord our God.
Watch yourself, Counselor.
Did you report Private Bell to your superiors?
I remember thinking very highly of...
Did you report him or not?
Formal charge.
So you didn't?
Handled within the unit for a period of 7 days?
That is a distortion of the truth, Lieutenant.
Did...
Private Bell was placed on... He was given water and vitamin supplements, and I can assure you, at no time...
But you did order the barracks restriction, didn't you? You did order the denial of food.
Yes, I did.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't this form of discipline be considered a code red?
It's screaming code red.
No.
Why not?
Lieutenant Kendrick, was Dawson given a rating of below average on this last report because you learned he'd been sneaking food to Private Bell?
Object!
Not so fast. Lieutenant?
Lance Corporal Dawson was given a below average rating because he had committed a crime.
What was the crime?
What crime did he commit?
He gave food?
Brought a hungry guy some food. What crime did he commit?
He broke chain of command. Say.
He disobeyed an order.
About the welfare of a Marine that was in conflict with an order of yours. After all, it's peacetime. He wasn't being asked to secure a hill or advance on a beachhead. Might say be morally questionable. Lieutenant Kendrick, can Dawson determine on his own which orders he's going to follow?
No, he cannot.
He cannot.
Unless and below that the Curtis Bell incident, am I right?
I would think so.
You know so, don't you, Lieutenant?
Object!
Sustained.
Red.
I specifically ordered those men.
Is it reasonable to think he would have disobeyed you again?
Lieutenant, don't answer that.
You don't have to, I'm through.
It doesn't matter what he answers. The jury saw that.
Lieutenant Kendrick, did
No,
you...
I did not.
Thank you.
I got the Tower Chief's log from that night. Jessup's telling the truth. 6 a.m. flight was the first plane out.
Let me see this.
What if they're lying? I mean, what about the pilots?
What the fuck are you trying to pull? Then why isn't it listed in the Tower Chief?
Because they just removed it.
What are you telling me? He fixed the logbook?
Yeah, of course he did. He fixed his
Maybe he can
transfer
make it so it can get
signature.
turned off, but I can sure as hell prove that one landed. I'll get the logbook from Andrews.
You're not going to find anything in the Andrews logbook either.
What
You
about the
can make an entire
pilots?
flight.
Nathan Jessup is about to be appointed Director of Operations for the National Security Council. You don't get to that position without knowing how to sidestep. You don't still intend to put me on the stand.
Thursday morning, 10 o'clock.
If he puts him on the stand and he can't prove anything, he can be marshal courted.
Remember, someone.
Tiago, and he'll testify to the forged transfer, and that'll be enough. That and Downey's testimony really ought to be enough.
You need some grounded evidence.
To give Private Santiago a code red, ma'am.
And why did you give him a code red?
Because I was told.
I was ordered to give him a code red by the platoon commander of Rifle Security Company Windward, Lieutenant Jonathan James Kendrick.
More confidence. Come on.
Do you think they'll let us go back to our platoon soon, ma'am?
Absolutely.
Oh, he's so cute.
Remember the order of the questions?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
And they'll use small words.
Yeah. I'm gonna go slow.
Okay.
All right.
And get him off as fast as you can.
Joanne!
I was Williams' executive officer. Your son is dead for only one reason. Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Andrew Markinson, United States Marine Corps.
Why did you go to Private Santiago's room?
That was so coward.
A code red was ordered by my platoon commander, Lieutenant Jonathan James Kendrick.
The week of 2 September, the switch log has you down at post 39 until 1600. Is that correct?
Oh, it's a ways, sir. It's a hike. About 10, 15 minutes, sir.
You ever had to walk it?
Yes, sir, that day, sir. Friday. The pickup private, that's like what we call the guy who drops us off at our post and picks us up. Also, because he can get girls in New York City. The pickup private got a flat, sir, right at 39. He pulled up and bam, blowout with no spare. Pickup and me did it in 45 flat, sir.
Now, you've said that your assault on Private Santiago at 1620, am I right? But you just said that you didn't make it back to the Windward Barracks until 1645. Well, if you didn't make it back to the barracks until 1645, did you ever actually hear Lieutenant Kendrick order a code red?
No, sir.
Why
Your
did you go
Honor.
to Santiago's room?
How?
Don't look at him!
How?
Private, answer the captain's question.
Oh, poor kid.
Yes, Captain. I was given an order by my squad leader, Lance Corporal Harold W. Dawson, United States Marine Corps, and I followed it.
Because of chain of command. Did he really choose that guy? I forgot his name. The one with M. Did he really choose to go
What do you think he is?
like that, like a coward?
Danny, I'm sorry. Maybe we put Downey back on the stand before we get to Dawson.
Maybe if we work at it, we could get Dawson charged with the Kennedy assassination.
Are you drunk?
Probably.
Much.
I'll put on a pot of coffee. We've got a long night's work ahead.
That was an important piece of information, don't you think?
Danny, it was a setback, and I'm sorry.
No, you should have
But
come
we fix it
clean.
and move on to Markinson.
Markinson is dead.
Markinson's dead. You really got a hand of those federal marshals, boy.
He went into the cowards.
Got into full dress uniform, stood in the middle of that room, drew a nickel-plated pistol from his holster, fired a bullet into his mouth. Anyway, since we seem to be out of witnesses, I thought I'd drink a little.
I still think we can win.
Oh, you're an optimist.
Maybe you should drink a little. Your passion is compelling, Joe. It's also useless. Loudon Downey needed a trial lawyer today.
You could have gotten it by picking up the phone and calling any one of a dozen departments at the Pentagon. Now, damn it, let's put Jessup on the stand and end this thing.
What possible good could come from it? Why didn't you say so? And of course, you have proof of that. Oh,
These are just speculation.
at law school.
You put him on the stand and you get it from him.
Oh,
How?
we get it from him. Yes! What do we have for the losers, Judge? It's a court-martial! Yes, Johnny! Highly decorated Marine officer of conspiracy and perjury! Typewriter maintenance! Thank you for playing! Should we or should we not follow the advice of the galactically stupid?
Alright, well, we are a little bit heated. That's happened. It's okay. It's fine. We just have to clean it. Sit back. Get a coffee, maybe. But that was nice. The scene
I'm
was
sorry I
nice.
lost your set of steak knives.
He's upset and frustrated.
Stop cleaning up.
I would be as well. But what can we do in this case? Give up?
You want a drink?
You're already too in.
Is your father proud of you?
Don't do this to yourself.
Oh,
Bet he is.
again.
He's got a big case he's making. He's arguing. I think my father would have enjoyed seeing me graduate from law school. I think he would have liked that an awful lot.
Let's just try to prove
What about your father in college?
Yeah?
that he was
One
sick.
of the best trial lawyers ever.
Yes.
But it's so
And
difficult.
if I were Dawson and Downey and I had a choice between you or your father to represent me in this case, you should have seen yourself thunder away at Kendrick.
It's really difficult to live in a shadow of a parent that was excellent.
With the evidence we got, not in a million years. Our lead counsel for the defense in the matter of U.S. versus Dawson and Downey.
Joe, get in the car. Joanne, please get in the car.
There are no buses or taxis.
Joanne! Joanne! I'm gonna put Jessup on the stand!
Now she heard something she wants to. Will you really? Oh, her lips are so pretty and pink.
Jessup told Kendrick to order the code red. Kendrick did. Jessup needs to tell the court members that he ordered the code red. He eats breakfast 300 yards away. Put him on the defensive and lead him right where he's dying to go.
That's it? That's the plan?
That's the plan.
We're gonna play on his ego.
I have no idea. I need my bat. I need my bat. I think better with my bat. Where's my bat?
I put it in the closet.
He does love his bat. Well, he got an idea in the closet. Okay, shirts. He did counted the guy's shirt, William, I guess. Cleaning of the shirts? I don't know where is going on with this. Dry cleaning? Uniforms? Well, we keep her in the guessing game.
Where's Sam?
He's on his way.
Did he get the guys?
Yeah. Listen, can I talk to you for a second?
Right.
How you feeling?
Jessup's gonna have his hands full today.
You feel like it's not gonna happen. You feel like he's not gonna say it. Don't go. I'm special counsel for internal affairs, and I'm telling you, you could get in a lot of trouble.
Why, Lieutenant Commander Galloway, you're not suggesting that I back off a material witness.
If you think you can't get him, yeah.
He can get him. You just have to like rile him up really good. Like,
Where's Sam?
He's on his way.
just make him feel that he doesn't have power. He's gonna like scramble to get it
Call
back.
your first witness.
Where is he?
He'll be here, don't worry.
Lieutenant, call your witness.
Defense calls Colonel Nathan Jessup.
Of course, you put all of his medals, sparkles, all of the colors.
Colonel Jessup, would you raise your right hand, please, sir? The whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, I do.
Would you have a seat, please, sir?
I can see him lie on the stand, to be
State
fair.
your name, rank, and current billet for the record, please, sir.
Colonel, when you learned of Santiago's letter, the platoon commander, Lieutenant Jonathan Kendrick, and the executive officer, Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Markinson.
Yes.
And at present, Colonel Markinson is dead, is that right?
Objection. I'd like to know just what the defense counsel is implying.
The witness is aware, the court is aware, and now the court members are aware.
Are these the pilots?
Colonel, at the time of this meeting, you gave Lieutenant Kendrick an order, is that right?
I told Kendrick to tell his men that Santiago wasn't to be touched. I felt his life might be in danger once word of the letter got out.
Grave danger?
Is there another kind?
Not life-threatening danger, I guess.
Transfer order.
The 0600 was the first flight off the base.
Lie.
Did you wear that uniform on the plane?
Please, the court, is this dialogue relevant to anything in
The defense
particular?
didn't have an opportunity to depose this witness, Your Honor. I'd ask the court for a little latitude.
A very little latitude. You better get somewhere fast with this, Lieutenant.
Yes, sir. Colonel?
I brought a change of clothes and some personal items.
He has a beauty bag.
Thank you. Santiago's barracks room was sealed off and its contents inventoried.
Lieutenant Caffey, I have to ask you to state your question.
I'm wondering why Santiago wasn't packed.
That's a good point.
I called Colonel Fitzhughes in Quantico, Virginia. I wanted to let him know that I would be in town.
And Santiago wrote that, do you know how many people he called?
None.
0. Nobody.
Because he never got that.
His parents saying he was coming home. He was asleep in his bed at midnight and folded neatly in his footlock. Santiago was leaving for the rest of his life, and he hadn't called a soul.
What do you think? Was he doing a surprise?
Can you explain that? The fact is, there was no transfer order. Santiago wasn't going anywhere.
It's obvious that Lieutenant Caffey's intention this afternoon is to smear a high-ranking Marine officer in the desperate hope that...
No.
Overruled.
Your Honor.
Your objection is noted.
Yeah, of course it's overruled. What, just because he's high rank, you cannot question him? What the fuck, is he Jesus?
Is this funny, sir?
Bitch.
My answer is I don't have the first damn clue. Maybe he was an early riser and liked to pack in the morning. What I do know is that he was set to leave the base at 0600. Please tell me that you have something more, Lieutenant.
He's trying to rile him up.
Are on trial for their lives. Please tell me that their lawyer hasn't pinned their hopes to a phone bill.
Don't bite.
Do you have any other questions for me, Counselor?
Ugh. He's playing the Uno card on him right now. Come on.
Lieutenant Caffey.
Don't.
Lieutenant, do you have anything further for this witness?
Thanks, Danny. I love Washington.
Excuse me. I didn't dismiss you.
Oof.
I'd appreciate if he would dress me as Colonel or Sir. I believe I've earned it. I don't know what the hell kind of unit you're running here.
And the witness will address this court as Judge or Your Honor. I'm quite certain I've earned it. Take your seat.
Yeah. Colonel. I can't even pronounce that.
What do you want to
Colonel.
discuss now?
In Romanian, there you
My
go.
favorite color?
Lieutenant, I think we've covered this, haven't we?
No.
I don't understand. You're admitting evidence of a flight that never existed.
We believe it did, sir.
Because we have the pilots.
Cecil O'Malley and Airman Anthony Rodriguez.
I'll allow the witnesses.
This is ridiculous.
Colonel, a moment ago,
Check the tower logs, for Christ's sake.
that Santiago wasn't to be touched. Any chance Lieutenant Kendrick ignored the order?
Oh, no, he wouldn't. He wouldn't.
He forgot about it.
No.
And ordered them not to touch Santiago. Any chance they ignored him?
No, of course not.
You ever served in an infantry unit, son?
Son.
No, sir.
Ever served in a forward area? Ever put your life in another man's hands?
Yeah, show how important it is.
No, sir.
How important
We
it is to follow orders.
son. We follow orders or people die. It's that simple.
Yeah, Downey followed
Are we clear?
orders.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Are we clear?
Yes! Very clear. He just followed orders too,
Well,
the
just
one
one
you
more
gave.
question before I call Airman O'Malley and Airman Rodriguez. If you gave an order, and your orders are always followed, then why would Santiago be in danger? Why would it be necessary to transfer him off the base?
Santiago was a substandard Marine.
That's
He's
why.
being transferred.
Not what you said.
I know what I said. I don't have to have it read back to me like I'm...
Why the two orders? Colonel?
Colonel.
Sometimes men take matters into their own hand.
You made it clear just a moment ago that your men never take matters in their own hands. Your men follow orders or people die. I'd like an answer to the question, Judge.
The court will wait for an answer.
That Santiago wasn't to be touched. Then why did he have to be transferred? Colonel?
Huh? Colonel?
Object! And when it went bad, you cut these guys loose! Did you order the code red?
You want answers?
Answers! I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth! I have a greater responsibility than you can possibly fathom. You have the luxury of not knowing what I know, that Santiago's death, while tragic, probably saved lives. You don't want the truth because deep down in places you don't talk about at parties. You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
This is how he justifies?
We use words like honor, code, loyalty. To a man who rises and sleeps under the blanket of the very freedom that I provide. Either way, I don't give a damn what you think you are entitled to.
Did you order the code red?
I did the job.
Did you order the code red?
You're goddamn right I did!
Thank you. Is that on record? Judge, is that on record? I would like that.
Please accord.
Captain Ross.
Jack?
Come on, Jack. You're not a monster.
MPs, guard the colonel.
Yes, sir.
Captain Ross.
What the hell is
Colonel
this?
Jessup, you have the right to remain silent.
I'm gonna rip the eyes out of your head!
Now, Colonel Jessup, do you understand these rights as I've just read them to you?
Fucking people. You have no idea how to defend a nation. All you did was weaken a country today, Caffey. That's all you did. You put people's lives in danger. Sweet dreams, son.
Don't call me son.
I'm not
a
your
lawyer
son.
And an officer in the United States Navy. And you're under arrest, you son of a bitch. The witness is excused.
I love that. You are dismissed. Yeah, pick up your head. That's probably the last time you can pick it proper. Yeah, well. I was really hoping they're gonna be pushing for medical. I was really convinced that he could have had something like diabetes or such. I mean, but I'm not a doctor, so, you know, could have been anything.
Have the members reached a verdict?
We have, sir.
Not guilty. Come on, let's go. It's quite.
Lance Corporal Dawson, Private First Class Downey. On the charge of murder, the members find the accused not guilty.
Of course.
The members find the accused
But they should
not
still be
guilty.
punished in a way.
The members find the accused guilty as charged.
Because-
The accused are hereby sentenced to time already served, and you are ordered to be dishonorably discharged
Yeah.
from the Marine Corps. This court-martial is adjourned.
And I can tell you why as well. We as human, even if an order was given, we can just say no. It was you put a life in danger. You put a life in danger by following an order. There is something called morality. It means you're not gonna be in the corps anymore,
What did that
Marines,
mean?
because
I don't understand. What did we do wrong? We did nothing wrong.
Yeah, we did.
you followed an order that was putting another
We were
person.
supposed to fight for people who couldn't fight for themselves.
Yep.
He was supposed to fight for Willie.
Following blindly orders is not
I have to take these men over to personnel for some paperwork.
something anyone should do. You should always question it in a way, especially that, like they said in the movie, right?
Harold?
No one was in danger. Like it was nothing.
Sir.
You don't need to wear a patch in your arm to have honor.
10 hot! There's an officer on deck.
Aww, that's so sweet. I love that. I love that. That's shown of respect. I love that. Oh, it's nice.
Unless I'm mistaken, they're both going to testify under oath that they had absolutely no recollection of anything. And handsome too, didn't you think?
Just to put some pressure on the colonel, I guess. It was a very nice movie. I feel like Tom Cruise did in his acting career quite nice movies. I mean, I already did for him both Mavericks, and I did as well The Last Samurai, and now I did this one. Did I do any other ones? I don't think so. I think that's it. It was a very nice movie to watch. I'll have to admit. I will be very honest. When I first got this, as you know, put up on the poll, and people said that, oh, you love it. I don't know. I was not expecting, honestly, anything, to be fair, but I actually do. Anyway, this is a personal preference. Not everybody likes law movie or this kind of. For some people, this is boring. For me, it's very interesting. I love this kind of stuff. I like the interrogation part. I like the court part. You know, the cross-examination, the witness, bring them to the stand, put them questions, pressure them. I don't know, these kind of things. And the best case scenario is when you actually get to prove that the bully is a bully and yeah, they shouldn't be in power. So I did love that. The only thing that I would have loved and I would have been content with was if they would have explained William's death. I think personally, like I said during the movie, I think it was maybe something like a condition, right? A medical condition. So I would have loved if they would have explored and give the family an answer, like a closing into it. Not like, oh yeah, I could have been poisoning, you know? Like these kind of things. Maybe they explained that I didn't get it. I don't know. I can't get everything in one watch, right? But I feel like I do a pretty solid job. Let me know in the comment section below what was your favorite, I don't know, scene. What I love the most that people do is when I like ask something or I say something during the reaction and everything, and you like give me like a little timestamp and you like comment on something I say, you're like point things that I'm missing out with that little timestamp. I always go back and I like rewatch all of your comments, and you know, that little timestamp, I don't know, it just makes me happy in a way. So thank you very much for doing that. I'm really grateful. I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. If you wanna see the full length, if you want to see the full-length reaction, I do have a Patreon. This for me was a 4-star movie. Was very good, but not the best. I think a 4-star is quite a good rating. 4 out of 5. So full-length reaction, Patreon, get to know me better, Twitch, both link in the description below. Liking, subscribing and commenting helps the algorithm, helps the channel growth. So I am very thankful. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.